Hey guys, welcome back to 4th grade science. It's been a while since we've been here, but we're jumping back in. So today we're going to talk about something called a system. And what a system is a group of parts that work together to perform a task. So let's break this definition down a little bit. Let's start with this part, a group of parts. So this S tells us that it's multiple, it's more than one. So for a system, for something to be a system, it has to have multiple parts that work together. Okay, so multiple parts. They work together. So they work in relation to one another. If a part is missing, then the system does not work correctly. So for instance, a phone. If my phone battery is out of my phone's not going to work. Right? So that system is not going to work correctly if not all the parts are working together to make that system work. Okay, so a system is non-living or it also can be living. So a few months ago we talked about our cardiovascular system that's in our bodies. And that system works with our heart to pump our blood. And when we work our cardiovascular system by doing cardio, like running, that system pumps blood throughout our body into our brain, helps us think better, and it helps our overall health when we work out our cardiovascular system. So our heart works with the blood in our body, works with our veins, and that is a full system. That's a living system. Okay, so having a system does not mean that all the parts necessarily cooperate with each other either. They just work together and perform their own specific job to make sure that the system will run smoothly. Okay, so now what we're going to do is you should have a flashlight, or if you don't, you can pause the video now. Go grab a flashlight for me, and we are going to do an activity with a flashlight. All right, so I don't have one here because I'm in my classroom and my classroom doesn't have a flashlight. It has lights in it. But when you get that flashlight, you are going to take it apart and you're going to answer some questions about it on page 4.1a in your science floppy book. Okay? 4.1a. You're going to talk about whether you think that flashlight is a system or not. But before you do that, we're going to go over a few more things that you're going to tell me if they're a system or if they are not a system. So, let's think. My friend BB-8 here. He's got some antennas. He's got multiple parts, right? He's got some wiring inside of him. And he works with my phone app, right? So he's got lots of different working parts inside of his body, so BB-8 would be considered a system, okay? What about this yarn? Are there multiple parts to it, first of all? There aren't, so that kind of rules it out. There's nothing working together to perform a task, so this yarn is not a system. What about this book? There are kind of parts to it, but nothing's really working together to make it do anything. It just kind of sits there, right? So book's not a system. What about, oops. What about this? My snow globe. What do you think? There's some interesting mechanics. It plays a song. So this would be considered a system. It's got a lot of inner workings down here that work together to spin this guy and play the music. So snow globe is a system. That specific snow globe, not all snow globes. Some don't make noise, but for that one, it is for sure. And lastly, we have my little fan. So are there multiple parts? What do you think? There are multiple parts. Do they work together to perform a task? Let's see. When I plug this guy in, what happens? The blades start moving and it blows air at me. I don't know if you can see see that? It's blowing air at me. So there are parts inside this fan that work together to create a system. So a fan is a system. Now, on page 4.1a, I want you to disassemble that flashlight or have somebody else do it for you maybe, and answer the questions on that page and then see if you can put it back together correctly. So don't take it maybe all apart, don't take all the little stringy things out or out of the lens or anything. Just take the main parts out, answer those questions, and see if you think that that flashlight is a system. All right, that's it for today, guys. See you later.